Live from the Export Beer Garden studios, this is the Agenda podcast for Friday, the 21st of March.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Good morning, James McOnie.
Good morning, Mike Lane. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Have you seen the latest stats released by the ACC?
No. What are those?
It's a butthole insertion stats. New figures revealed by the other ACC, the Accident Compensation Corporation. They paid out $125,000 in the 23-24 financial year for claims related to foreign objects being inserted into back passages.
Oh, that ACC.
Yeah, that ACC.
You know what? I just thought that we'd have a special interest in that. You know, like it's almost we should sponsor that ACC department, the butthole insertion department.
Yeah. So the figures show a marked increase from the previous year when rescue missions in the back passage only set the taxpayer back a measly $50,000. Already this year, claims have cost $117,000.
And look, I can understand that because, you know, since COVID, we haven't really been our normal selves. We haven't been inserting things where we normally would. And it's taken a few years. Like, I've lived like a hermit, I feel like, since COVID. And now I think I'm probably ready to sort of come out of my shell and try new things.
Have you ever tried a butt plug, James?
Look, G Lane, now's not the time to talk about plugs and different types of things that you might have tried in your life. You know, like now's the time to talk about the compensation that's in front of us here. It's a lot of money that's been wasted, taxpayer dollars. If you don't know how to use the thing you're putting inside yourself, don't use it. If you can't extract it yourself.
I would have thought, like you said, COVID, coming out of COVID and finding ourselves again, I would have thought during COVID would have been the time that we would have been inserting the most. You're at home, trying to while away the time. You look over at that cucumber.
Maybe there was a spike during COVID, during lockdown.
But obviously they couldn't get. Maybe they just jimmied it out themselves.
Well, they knew they couldn't probably get to a hospital because what are you going to do? Are you going to, like, for example, if you put, I don't know, let's just say, name a foreign object.
A yam.
Okay, if you put a yam up there and you're going, how do I get that out? Are you going to go in with your power drill? Are you going to try and, try and get a little bit of the yam?
Yeah.
And maybe sort of hopefully, get some sort of grip on it?
Probably not. With a power drill?
Tongs?
I think you'd need help. You'd need to phone a friend.
I'd go power drill.
You need to phone a friend.
Nah.
You can't, that's the kind of thing.
I'm not phoning a friend.
What? Who would you trust then? Who would, out of all of your, in the ACC, who would you trust out of the wider ACC team? You make the phone call and you go, I've got a yam in my butt. I need a hand getting out. Please don't tell anyone. Who would you trust the most and who would you trust the least?
Well, in terms of extraction, I'd definitely call you because I feel like you've had experience. But in terms of not telling anyone, it's Jerry. Even though he's got the most platform and the most viewers and all that sort of stuff, it's like, it's him. It's Jerry.
It's true actually because he's seen so many things. He'd be that's all right, James. We've all got our vices.
Yeah.
Yours might be putting yams up your butt. That's fine.
And it would go into the vault and I'll be happy with that.
And there'd be a little twinkle in his eye every time he saw you as well. Be like, hey, James.
Yep. He's the only trustworthy person in the ACC.
But he would then call me around how to remove it.
Yeah, exactly.
And he goes, I can't tell you who it is, but I'm out here in West Auckland.
He'd be FaceTiming you and trying to protect my identity.
He's put what? How many yams? Oh, jeez.
We've got a Yeti there? What the hell's going on?
Hey, the Masters is fast approaching. James McOnie, the Masters Golf. And at the Masters, if you won it the previous year, you're allowed to choose the menu for, I take it for the evening before with all the former winners.
Right.
They all come together with their jackets on.
Oh.
And they have
a dinner.
They have a dinner. But the previous winner is allowed to choose the entire menu.
Oh, right. So who's that? Is that Scotty Chef?
Yeah. So he's gone for cheeseburger sliders.
Yeah. Of course he has.
For the appetizers. He's gone for firecracker shrimp as well in the appetizers.
Oh, my God. This guy is a basic bitch.
Yeah, and he's gone for his dad's meatball recipe, Papa Chef's meatball and ravioli bites. So that's still the first course is a Texas-style chili. So he's gone for the full chili con carne situation. And for the main course, Scotty Scheffler's gone for the wood-fired cowboy ribeye or the blackened redfish. So there you go. So he's gone full Texas on it. What would you, if you took the green jacket, James McOnie, what are you putting on your Masters Club dinner the night before?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to apologise to Scotty because looking down the menu, I'd enjoy that evening. That's nice. He's nailed it. He's nailed it. It's like there's a little bit of kind of Applebee's. There's a little bit of Cobb & Co. He's staying in his lane. There's a TGI Fridays.
Absolutely staying in his lane. Yeah, good Christian meal.
Yeah, exactly.
Good Christian steak, Texas-style chili, Bupper Chef's meatballs.
Yeah.
Firecracker shrimp, cheeseburger slices.
You're not getting any surprises there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's some would say a little bit missionary, but he is a God-fearing Texan.
All he needs is chicken wings, and he's pretty much got the perfect American good old boy menu, right? So, G Lane, we were set this as homework, right?
Yes.
And I figure that maybe we've come up with the same thing, but I do have a list of a menu.
Okay.
So I feel like I've done my homework and that you haven't done anything.
I haven't done anything.
Okay, all right. So I thought because it's at the Masters, it's at Augusta, there's so much history, there should be a nod to history, a nod to the sport. So, of course, you start off with green tea.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Get it? And golden camembert balls. So golden beer, camembert, golden. And so you need a white cheese anyway, or they have to, so they look like golf balls.
Oh, okay, and put the dimples on it and everything. It's like a bit Heston Blumenthal kind of. Is it a golf ball or is it cheese?
Is it cheese? Yeah, it's cheese. And then I'd say the next course you go great white shark with bones in it to enhance the choking. So
that's good. That's good.
So there you go. So we've got that for next, and then the main course, Swedish meatballs on tiger bread, because I want to pay homage to, like, it should be like almost a car crash of a meal, so it looks like that she's grabbed the balls of her ex-husband. Is it Ellen? I can't remember.
Sorensen? Alan Sorensen?
Yeah, the Swedish ex-wife of Tiger.
Yeah.
And that she's basically put his balls on tiger bread. So that's what maybe put a tree in the plate or something like that, and you can have that little
the car,
the SUV.
So it's all about the plating for you as well.
It's plating, yeah.
It sounds like it's a lot of theatre involved in your menu.
Well, yeah, that one there in particular, I want the vibe to, I want the tree, I want the SUV. And then finally, because it took Augusta so long to allow female or black members, spotted dick, because that's what you would have had there for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Just spotted dicks.
White spotted dicks.
Yeah. With a gooey sauce. Because you have to have a gooey sauce of some. You can have custard.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying you can have spotted dick with any sort of gooey sauce. Well, maybe a white sort of gooey sauce.
No, kind of berry.
White chocolate?
White chocolate sauce. Yeah.
Maybe white chocolate.
Not a what is the berry compote?
A coulis.
A coulis?
Nah, that's
or a compote?
Nah, it's got to be white chocolate.
Okay.
So that is my Masters menu. I feel like it pays homage to the history of that event.
I can imagine
and that location.
I can imagine it wouldn't be overly popular with the former winners of the Masters though. They'll be like, who the fuck has chosen all this?
It's like me. I've got the green jacket, boys.
Bitch.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sort of like look around the room and go, hopefully have everybody there so they can acknowledge what I'm doing to them. Roasting them. Actually, Tiger, let's give credit to Tiger. He raced Speedway in Huntley. Okay?
Oh, yeah,
How many other international sports stars? Is Roger Federer coming down to race Speedway in Huntley?
Did he actually get in a car?
Yeah.
He did, with Steve Williams.
Yeah, exactly. In Huntley. No one even drives to Huntley anymore. There's a freaking massive bypass, but Tiger went to Huntley. I say hats off to Tiger.
Man, imagine him going into Huntley, past the Decker sign. He goes, Steve, where are we, man? It's like, we're going to Speedway. So, yeah. Whoa.
There's a stand-up comedian who does a bit about Tiger Woods where he says a friend of his cheated and the wife forgave him because, it was just one time.
Yeah.
But he just said, well, technically Tiger Woods he got offered, probably propositioned thousands of times, and only cheated like a minor amount, like a percentage, maybe 5% of what he could have done.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy got offered one chance to cheat, so he has taken 100% of his opportunities to cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
So who's the worst human?
Who's worse?
Who's the worst human?
Tiger's turning down 95%. Whereas this guy's going, yeah, I'll take it.
First one up.
First one up, yep. Chance to cheat, go on.
Yep. I'm in. Sold. Right, we'll take a quick break, James, because we've got some hell of a Super Rugby to get through this weekend, including some disastrous news for the Chiefs Mana and whether there's some mana that's been left on the field in the Tron. But we're back in just a moment. So tonight, James, Moana Pacifica versus the Chiefs. It's going to be played in Pookie.
Yeah.
It's going to be played in Tonga, but there's a few issues around there. I think they were more concentrated on kind of importing and exporting meth and forgot to put the lights up.
No, it was more, there's an outbreak of dengue fever, apparently. I feel so sorry for Tonga. Ever since that underwater eruption and the resulting tsunami and everything, like we think we've, had it bad, struggling out of lockdown and recession and that. Tonga has been smashed, and this is kind of gutting. But yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm happy that the game was allocated to them. It's just kind of so sad that they can't actually put it on.
What was the actual excuse? Was it the field and the lights or something?
Lights were a problem, but I think the outbreak of dengue fever is real. I heard that anyway. Yeah.
And so it's in Pookie, but the big cloud hanging over the Chiefs Mana is a rogue support staff booting the ball away. I haven't seen the footage. Have you seen the footage of them booting the ball away?
No, have you seen the?
No, I've read about it. So basically, the rule is to speed up the game now. From the moment that the try is scored, the referee is got 60 seconds to make sure that the conversion is kicked within 60 seconds. Now, the two tries scored by the Blues, one in the end of the first half and one at the start of the second half, a Chiefs Mana water person with a medic vest on has been seen to just hoof the ball into the crowd after the try has been scored. But I'd like to ask the question, there's more than one ball around. The ball boys and girls all have multiple balls with them.
Yeah.
There's not one game ball that they have to... You don't have to kick the ball that was used to score the try, do you, to convert it?
No, this is great attempted defence from you. Keep going,
It
G Lane.
It is.
Let him cook.
This is why it's full of shit, because surely there's a ball kid who just passes the ball to the Plum Dog Millionaire and he kicks it over. It's a conspiracy against the Chiefs Mana to try and eat away at the mana. But it's been caught on camera. They've been fined. They've been told off. They've been slapped over the wrist.
So here's my take on this thing. As much as, and I love the Chiefs so much, and I'm just thinking, you've got to be innovators, right? So you've always got to try to be ahead of the curve, and think, how are we going to change the game and influence
the hand of God,
the hand of God, the way things. Purvey. We've had the hand of God, which was from 1993, I think, or 92, and. This is where Jason Hewitt was putting the ball in the scrum for Auckland, and Purvey, the tight head prop, basically raked the ball back
with his hand.
And
it looked like an amazing tight head. He did it so quickly. It was
it was gone. Snaffled it, and the ref was on the other side, and he didn't see a thing. So this is kind of in the traditions of Purvey, hand of God. Purvey, one of the greats. Unfortunately, on this occasion, G Lane, kicking the ball away like that is just kind of lame.
Yeah, especially
it's so lame. If you play social sport, the person who kicks the ball away is kind of the reprehensible grub who you just go, not that one. I mean, are you a kick a ball away guy? I feel like you are.
No, I'm not. But I tell you who is. Remember we used to play touch with the Uncle Bad touches.
Yeah.
Can you remember that touch team? It was you, myself,
Ben Boyce,
Andrew Mulligan played a couple of games. One particular game where I think he knocked it on, he got put in a gap and knocked it on. He picked the ball up and booted it 2 fields over.
Yeah.
And he's that kind of guy. He's the only one I know who does that.
Yeah. So as a terrible battler in social sport, the person who does the little extras, I don't like it as well on tally when you see someone knock the ball on and somebody goes and rubs their head and gives them the patronising in your face.
Peter Nutter was a big fan of that.
Yeah, and the clapping right in their face. Like, that was your unco idiot. You know, like I find that a bit of a dick move. But I don't mind sledging. I think sledging's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because, or dog roll giving it the shh.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is good. But anything that's where you're just trying to be, I don't know, the jersey pulling, the whole sort of thing, do it the right way. But anyway.
But also, it's from a non-playing member of the squad.
I know.
It's from a water person.
So the thing is, I reckon that if that person kick the ball away during the final conversion taken by Xavi Teali, the youngster, the great youngster, which looked like it was going over.
Oh my God, it looked like it was going over.
Maybe we should check that ball for a radio-controlled kind of flight mechanism.
It was curving back in beautifully and then just hit that far upright.
Yeah.
It was almost a dream for him.
Well, that upright is leading the voting for Hamiltonian of the Year.
Yeah.
It's right up there above Mitch Santner, D-Mac and Kimbra. So this is where I reckon back to the if you've done it for the tally conversion, I would say you give them the 2 points.
Right, okay.
If you do it, it has to be done on the spot though.
Yeah.
Has to be done on the spot. Because I think anything to try and affect, when you're not even playing in the game, anything to try and affect the opposition, I'd give them the 2 points.
Because the first time they did it, it's kind of excusable, like maybe he was frustrated and just booted it.
Yeah.
But it was the second time, it was obviously a plan.
Yeah. Yeah, so who are you working for? No, it's all right.
Who does number 2 work for? So who are you picking tonight?
It's a bit of a bummer because I sort of thought, the Chiefs are so beautiful and I love them so much. And,
they let you down.
But it's just sad because, I reckon...
I'm not angry, I'm disappointed.
Disappointed. Yeah. Because if they had done it for the tally conversion, I would have been quite happy to forfeit the points. Or on the day. The day. I don't think you can go back and give them the full 5 or 4 points, but on the day, if someone's doing that kind of shenanigans, I just go, boom, gone.
And I know
back to halfway.
I know on the commentary we were just flabbergasted about why he was kicking it in the first place. But as I found out later, Plumdog was actually off the field at that point. And Peter Feta is not kicking at the moment.
Did you spot it in the commentary?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I just read about it today.
Oh, right.
I was like, because there's an article about why Taylor, and he said, look, I was totally cool with it. I've been kicking my whole career. All through school I kicked, so it was no big deal for me. I tried to block it out.
Oh, sorry. I thought why he was kicking it as in why the medic was kicking it.
No.
Why
Xavi was kicking it. Why, Taylor was kicking it. Anyway, so Chiefs Moana tonight from Pookie. I'd say, who you got there? I've got a bit of a punt on Damien McKenzie to score both halves, paying $18.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Because he's a slayer of, I wouldn't say...
Score a try both halves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So $18, that's paying. $18.
Actually, and what is he playing, 15 or 10?
I presume he's paying 10.
Well, what do you mean presume? We've got the teams.
Okay, Jesus. He's paying 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Sean Stevenson's back at fullback now.
Oh, yeah, we've got Shooter.
Shooter back. What a great back line, though. You got Xavier Rowe, obviously going to be replaced by Sneakers at some stage. Damien McKenzie, Leroy Carter, Gideon Rampling, Rona Narawa, and Stevenson at the back. So that's going to be, I think you're calling that game with Mania Stewart tonight because we've got a bit of a clash. We've got the cricket on at the same time.
This is a bigger ramp dot. Where are we going? Are we getting kicked out into the...
You're on Radio Hodaki, so you're in the Hodaki studio. Ooh. Yeah, there you go.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. My wife.
Is he? All the Hodaki catchphrases, how many can we fit in?
The douche. Then tomorrow night, the big game tomorrow night is the Crusaders versus the Blues at Eden Park. Who you got here? Because Crusaders at the moment are the outsiders. Blues are the favourites. But Blues, Jeremy Wells is saying put a fork in them. They're done.
In the Blues?
Yeah.
No, I think Jeremy Wells is wrong because if you look at that game last week, it was a 1 point game in the Tron.
It was the best game they played all season, the Blues.
With the least amount of stars.
Yeah.
So there was no Caleb Kawasaki. There was no who else did they lose? Cameron Suifua was he was out. Bowden was out. They were down.
Yeah.
They were down a lot of men. I think the Blues will be okay in the business end. Their only issue is just making sure they win those, whatever it is, 6 out of 8 games and stuff. They should be okay. They've played their toughest games, I think.
Macca Springer scores 4 tries, gets benched by the Crusaders. Interesting call. What do you have to do?
Exactly.
What do you have to do to get on the wing for because he got 7 piece.
Well, it was 5 tries.
5 tries, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, 5 tries. That's even worse. Now he's back on the bench.
If it was 4, he would have been sweet. Because
Yeah.
you're not really rubbing it in anyone's face.
Yeah, okay.
Who comes in? Shafee Haki, I'm guessing, or someone like that.
At the moment, we've got, what is it, Dallas? Shea Fihaki comes in, Sevu Reece on the left wing.
Yeah.
Shea Fihaki on the right, Will Jordan at the back, Dallas McLeod, David Havili. That's a pretty tasty back line. And you've got, obviously, on the bench, where's old mate? Where's Enor? Is he injured again? He's not on the bench.
Oh, he's injured again.
Is he?
Yeah, we need
Get
to
out of here.
We need to contact his sister, who worked for you, G Lane. Courtney over in Edinburgh, and say what's going on with your brother once again.
Oh, jeez.
We might as well hire him for the ACC.
Yeah, we might as well. But he'd probably have heaps of sick days.
Yeah, that is the major. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd take him on. Macca Springer reminds me a lot of that Damien Penaud, the tall French winger who just got that long stride and proper, quick, scary. Like you wouldn't want to tackle him. But where in New Zealand rugby is the Louis Bielbarri, the real fast one with the headgear? We just don't have a player like that. Like that Finn Hurley looked kind of quick, but he's smaller, like the proper elite wheels, like sprinter wheels.
Is it Tangatai?
Caleb.
He had some wheels. He absolutely smoked Ruben Love.
Yeah.
Down in the Sistema lunchbox last
Agreed.
week.
I think Caleb Tangitau is probably the one guy who's got that next level. Well, he's nowhere near Bielbarri. I think Bielbarri is the quickest in world rugby. Oh, him and buddy Colby Cheslin.
Yeah.
And then we need someone who just is a bit like that.
Taimorfilau?
Yeah, Kyron, when he becomes available, he's the guy, I reckon.
Yeah.
So he's got another year of standout, and then he's available. But it might be a little bit too leaving his run a bit late for World Cup selection for the All Blacks and stuff. It'll be we'll see.
Oh, we got Highlanders versus the Reds down in the Sistema. Who you got there? Who are you picking there?
Landers.
Landers?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're looking good. Jamie Joe's got them on fire.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. I've got a bit of a side bet on the Junkyard Dog, being the anytime try scorer for Queensland.
That's Tim
Ryan,
yes.
Yeah, right. So it's a bit of a busy weekend for us, James McOnie, because we've got obviously the T20, third T20 tonight at 7 p.m. We've got the Chiefs versus Moana at 7 p.m. as well. And then Saturday night, we have Crusaders versus the Blues. And then Sunday night, again, the fourth T20 at 7 o'clock.
That all the teams were on the next page of the agenda. Yeah. It was all there.
It was all there.
All along.
I had it all along.
I just had to. You could have told me to turn the page. I didn't realise there was more to this agenda. There they are. All the teams. All you need to know. Xavi Tiele gets another start.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Go.
Sorry, G Lane.
Have you know much about this young Sam Ruth? The 15-year-old Wheels?
I was there.
Were you?
Yes, I was there. And we decided to send out, because he's 15 years old and he was breaking the 4-minute mile record for age group, the youngest ever to do it, I thought we need our youth department, our youth affairs desk to spring into action at Crowd Goes Wild, and we didn't have one. So...
Have you ever had a youth division of the Crowd Goes Wild?
Well, they've all aged out, unfortunately. We did have some people in their 20s, and so we went up and sort of we created a youth affairs desk, and we got our interns and we sent them out there, Jill and Sophia, and they did a great job. They were out there trackside reporting, and I'm sure Sophia won't mind me saying this, that they got the chance to ask him the first question when he crossed the line, because the media scrum was a bit late to form.
Oh, yeah.
And they were there in position. And I said, ask away. You might as well get the first question. And
what was it?
First question was, holy, congratulations. You don't even look puffed. Great first question.
You don't even look puffed.
That's the one for history. And so good on you, Sophia. We kept it in the story, and he gave a good response.
What did he say?
He goes, thank you so much, because he remembered the congratulations part, and then he just sort of talked about how much Sam Tanner and his other mate helped him get across the line, and without them he wouldn't have been able to do it. So yeah, lovely young kid. What you sort of have to remember when you're doing those interviews is he's still just 15 years old.
Yeah,
like, he can run like a man, but he's a kid.
Yeah,
totally in fifth form or whatever.
Because they're trying to claim him as a POM, because a headline in the Great Britain says Sam Ruth, who boasts a rich British running pedigree, clocks 3 minutes 58 seconds in Auckland to achieve the feat first set by a 25-year-old Roger Bannister in 54. That's a bit on the nose. But in another tweet,
they put Roger Bannister in there. Yeah. It's like, 1954.
This is a great tweet, or X, or whatever the fuck you call it these days. Have you seen what Davey Dum Dum's posted?
No.
David Warner?
No.
I think I need to join and become a member of Parliament. Thoughts?
Oh, God.
There's dumber people in there.
There are. That's the thing. I mean, this is the weird thing, like, identifying him as a bit of a punisher early on, and you have to give credit to not only the ACC, but Crowd Goes Wild.
Yes.
Mark Richardson was
onto it early.
I think he created the nickname Davey Dum Dum.
Did he?
I think so. He committed early to the bit. This is pre-sandpaper, pre-everything. Yeah. Called him Davey Dum Dum. And then since then, he's kind of proved to be a bit like that.
Yeah.
And his commentary hasn't gone great. But you can tell he just could not bear being out of the public eye.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason behind that tweet, I think. I don't think he's a guy who wants to make a difference in the world.
He's no Peter Garrett.
No. Pete Garrett from Midnight Oil, lead singer, he was an activist. He was a, environmentalist. He cared about so many causes, sang about them. His entire song's about mining companies. And
the beds are burning. And
yeah, all of that sort of stuff. Yes, exactly. Indigenous rights, the works. So what are Davey Dum Dum's causes? What are David Warner's causes?
I think he wants to change the World Test Championship scoring system.
Okay.
I think
that might get you in Australia, actually.
Hey, speaking of cricket, we've actually got tickets to give away to tonight's match. Actually, to all the matches left in the T20 series. All you have to do is text double and your city to 3236, and you'll get in the draw, and we'll hook you up. We've actually got quite a lot of tickets to give away. So if you're listening to this before tonight's game, text double and Auckland, and the next games I think are coming up maybe in the Tron. Maybe I think it's the Tron and maybe in Napier. I can't really remember. But there is obviously 3 games left in that series. And, of course, tonight we have live coverage brought to you by Razine and Max Ra from 7 p.m. on iHeart 1. So we've got 2 iHeart stations going tonight. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back. We've got quite a few Yours Pleases to get through, James. So buckle up.
Yours Please. Brought to you by Leader, home of the lasagna topper.
So, James, on the talkbacks here, we've tried to increase the gene pool of talkbacks coming in, try and get more people calling in, and there's a suggestion that we should give a prize out for the best talkback of the week.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's encouraged a few today. So here's the first one. Let's find out if it has worked. Yours, please.
Yeah, g'day guys. Just learnt that my wife's going away for a week, and I thought I'd give the 6, 12, 18, 24 in 24 hours challenge. Going to go 6 wanks, 12 beers, 18 donuts, and a 24-kilometre run walk. Just a couple of questions for the judges. Number 1, am I allowed to sleep during the process, or do I have to finish everything before sleeping? And number 2, if I finish the donuts during the workday and then use procrastinating at work and walking around to get going on some kilometres and stuff, does that count, or do I have to be outside? And fuck Gore, therefore fuck South Canterbury, because Timaru's just a bigger Gore.
Okay. You know what? Great pace. To get all of that information in 30 seconds.
What are we talking about here?
So this is the challenge where I think it's 6, 12, 24. It's like 6 wanks, 12 beers, 24 kilometres. Or is it 18 as well? I can't remember.
Over 24 hours.
Yeah, his wife's away for the weekend. I'm saying do it over the weekend. And I'm happy for him to eat the donuts during the workday and walk around with his. Just make sure you put your Fitbit on or whatever, so you can track your 24Ks, because you got to slip in obviously other activities within that. and you got to get the beers in as well. I'm happy for a weekend because you don't want to do it in 24 hours because then you got 24 hours when you're alone without your wife and you'd be questioning a lot of things. So stretch it over the weekend. Have you never done is it 6, 12, 18, 24? So
I've fallen short, unfortunately, G Lane. I've definitely attempted it, but these days I try to sort of pace myself and save it for big occasions.
Right.
Yeah.
As you fall asleep after the first wank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the big issue for people of our vintage.
Next one, yours, please.
Hey G Lane, I just walked into a liquor land and saw your cardboard cutout. Oh, did it get me going? Anyway, do you know what happens to those cardboard cutouts after their promotion? 'Cause I'd like 1 or 2 of them. Hooroo.
Okay, well, this morning on Radio Hodaki, they gave away a trip to Texas for the Export Beer Garden Tour. And we've got 3 more to give away. If you go into your liquor land, you can the details are there and how you can win a trip for you and a mate. And Big Barrel as well for you and a mate. And the ACC, we're giving one away in a couple of weeks as well. And I know exactly what he's talking about because I went into a liquor land in Devonport, actually, just to get a bottle of gin. And there was a cowboy cutout of me dressed as a cowboy. I'd like to say that I look all right compared to Jeremy Wells, who looks like a cross between Brokeback Mountain and Yellowstone. He's got a glitter cowboy hat on.
You say that while wanking off your microphone. Did you notice that, Adam? Like that the whole time when you said Brokeback Mountain. I hope that we've got that on camera.
Why can't I quit you? Why can't I quit you, James? Why can't I quit you? Yeah, look, you can ask your local liquor land if you want to keep that cardboard cutout. It's not a full size one. This is the problem. It's like a mini one. It's like a half. It's like a Temu size. But anyway,
stop playing with your mic.
I wasn't responsible for putting those up
with your little mic.
Okay, next one. Yours, please.
Yeah, g'day boys. Just sitting here watching the league and the Travago ad comes on with old soccer coach mate at the fucking reception there. And I'm thinking, well, where's the Travago lady? I don't want to see old mate with the fucking teeth as white as fucking snow. Just, if you could do a bit of research, much appreciated.
Oh shit, that's a great call. Look, the Travago lady is probably one of the greatest ad representatives of all time. Tina Fortunas is doing well, but Travago lady own that role, that space.
In your Rushmore, you wouldn't. Tina's not in your Rushmore, but in advertising.
Oh,
Rushmore.
I know what you're talking about.
But I mean,
what sort of Rushmore are you talking about? With waterfalls and yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The Travago
what you're
girl.
talking about with guys is springing up from okay.
Yeah, that's a great question though. Where is the Travago lady gone? Because he's right. Who is that football coach with the fake teeth?
Jurgen Klopp.
Yes,
and those
Jurgen
teeth
Klopp
are just crazy. If you've seen a before photo of Jurgen Klopp, he had some like Shane McGowan type operation and no hair as well. So he's gone in for
he's gone to Turkey for a couple of weeks.
He's gone to Turkey. He's gone full hair replacement and teeth replacement, and now you have Jurgen Klopp with the chompers. Yeah,
bring back the Travago lady. Next one. Yours, please.
Hey, fellas. Just listening to Thursday's podcast about whitewash investigations dropping the ball with the Warriors assistant coach. Surely this is them at their best. You can't tell me the worst thing that happened in Vegas was an assistant coach strangling a journalist, you know. Anyway, love yous fuckers.
Yeah, that's true. James, we came to the conclusion that whitewash didn't do their job, given that the Warriors have been found guilty of misconduct and their assistant coach has been fined $10,000 and banned for 3 matches. But was that a big dead fish? Did they slap that big dead fish in the middle of the table? And other stuff went on.
Well, what other stuff?
I don't know. Well, this is the thing what whitewash investigations are so good at.
You're saying that they're using this as a kind of like a distraction, a massive red herring, like, hey, look over here, there's a coach being naughty, and meanwhile everyone else is
whoring up a billio everywhere, just going crazy. Well, like, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you were there.
I was there. Physically, I was there.
Were you doing that?
No, I was in no state to do much, actually. It was just, Vegas just keeps coming at you. There's nowhere to hide. in Vegas, and you kind of just have to go with the flow. And after 4 days, you're like, oh, fuck this. Jesus, get me out of here.
It's actually, it's quite hard to find a place where you can just have a beer and enjoy the sports. You know what I mean? Like, there's always gambling. There's always something happening. I remember on the entire strip, we found one place where you could probably just have a beer and watch the game.
There was an outdoor bar that a guy was playing Slipknot or something. There was a band playing Slipknot, and it was hardcore, but it was an outdoor area, and they had outdoor roulette tables and blackjack tables.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even just sit in a garden bar and watch a band. You sat next to a whole lot of gambling tables. It was next level.
Yeah. And I'm not saying the bar that we found was that great. Like, we went there for breakfast thinking, yeah, they've really lost the love of cooking food here, haven't they? But at the same time, it was the one place where there was no gambling. There was no, just normal kind of like, hey, yeah, come and sit down, order your flapjacks or your boneless chicken wings.
Your giant pile of pancakes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just one more on the yours, please. Finish us off.
Yeah, fellas, me again. A quick one on this runner and the interbreeding program you guys are campaigning.
Yep.
You reckon the runners should be allowed to breed with the runners, or should they be forced to mix it up a little? Get the runners breeding with the swimmers, and we'll get triathletes. The runners breeding with the rugby players, and then we get some runners. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You're picking up on putting down. Something like that.
Yeah.
Those
came at the end.
Yeah.
So we have talked about Maddie Waddell, the daughter of Rob and Sonia Waddell. So two great rowers. Sonia was really good at athletics as well.
Yeah.
And, Rob, pretty good rugby player, in his day, did a bit of sailing. But Maddie is a 400-metre runner, and she is going to be almost as famous as Sam Ruth if she's carrying on this trajectory. But, the breeding program, that he's got a point. But I just went to the under-20s rugby tournament in Taupo, and when you go and see the kids go and say hi to their parents, there's no rhyme or reason behind it. Some of them are just genetic freaks. Like, they're a foot taller than their dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no kind of like, oh yeah, that you must belong to that person. It's just out the gate how it works. Like the genetic, the DNA lottery. Yeah, okay, you could end up with a star athlete, and it probably does increase the chances. But just looking at this under 20s and seeing kids go and see their parents, I was like, oh no, I guess you just came out fast. You came out big.
Because we've done pretty well. You've got Jeff Wilson and Dean Harper
with two basketballing sons.
You got Nash and Bernice Mini.
Yeah, with cricketers, netballers, rugby players.
So we're doing our best. We're doing our best. And then Sam Roos' parents were both. Mum was a cross country runner. The dad was a 800, 400 metre runner.
Elise Andrews.
Yep.
So we are doing it.
We're doing our best.
But I guess what I'm saying is the combo is sometimes not a guarantee. But it's still worth organising. I guess, what do you call it, singles events? Maybe the ACC should. And
athlete singles parties?
Or Catalina fucking wine mixer, Like, we need to actually say, let's get these people together. Hey, have you thought about... Because the problem is they only meet each other at the Halbergs.
Yes.
And even that's like lots of talking and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, so you're saying we should turn the Snackachangi Sports Awards more into a speed dating...
Into a Catalina wine mixer.
Okay,
yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, and that'll cement our legacy going forward in New Zealand sport.
If they met at the ACC wine mixer, Catalina wine mixer, then they'll actually mention it in their weddings and their autobiographies, and everything will link back to that day.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We'll work on that one. Thanks for all your talkbacks. It was a good crop actually. There might be a winner in there. Who knows? But thanks very much, James. See you this evening for the orgy of sport tonight with cricket and rugby. And the Wires, they playing tonight as well?
Oh, God. What time do they play?
Yeah, they're playing at 8, I think. So we've got... So it's all on.
The text line is going to go off with where the fuck is your Wires commentary?
Yeah, I know. Well, everyone knows that you just
okay.
Next year. Okay, see you later. Have a great weekend.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.